let's talk about a woman named Figen Yüksekdağ. Figen is currently held in prison in Turkey for supposedly undermining the Turkish state, amongst other charges. Before her arrest in 2016, she was the acting co-chair of the People's Democratic Party, HDP. The HDP had just experienced a major election victory, especially among the Kurdish people. They were thereby able to form a large oppositional power to the fascist AKP-MHP government. During this time, the Kurdish people had taken up the resistance of Kobane in Rojava, Kurdistan. It's a city close to the Turkish border which was being heavily attacked by ISIS gangs. During this time, the Kurdish people had also taken up the resistance of Kobane in Rojava, Kurdistan, northeastern Syria. It's a city close to the Turkish border which was being heavily attacked by ISIS gangs. With the Turkish state conspiring with ISIS to defeat the Kurdish people's resistance, the HDP called for solidarity with the Kobane resistance. On these grounds, and amidst such a heated political situation, Figen Yüksekdağ, alongside her co-chair Selahattin Demirtas and many others associated with the HDP, were together arrested and added together got over 400 years in prison. This so-called Kobane case is what sparked the Figen Solidarity campaign. Demanding the immediate release of Figen Yüksekdağ and the other prisoners, the campaign is calling on progressive and democratic forces to support its demands and spread awareness.
Figen Yüksekdağ!
Özgürlük!
Kobane dava tutsaklarına!
Özgürlük! Freedom for all political prisoners!
But who really is Figen Yüksekdağ? She was born on November 9th, 1971 in Adana, Ceyhan, Turkey. She became involved in the socialist movement during high school. Active in the High School Students' Union, LOB, the High School Labour Women's Union and the Democratic High School Students' Union, she helped establish student associations at university as well. She worked as a journalist for socialist publications Özgür and Atılım, was the editor of the Socialist Women's Magazine, and became the spokesperson for the Socialist Platform of the Oppressed in 2002. After being imprisoned for political work in 2006, she later helped establish the Labour Women's Organization. In 2009, she was again arrested for attending the funeral of the socialist intellectual Kutsi Bozoklar. She co-founded the Socialist Party of the Oppressed, ESP, in 2010 and became its co-president. She was also involved in establishing the People's Democratic Congress. In June of 2014, she was elected the co-chair of the People's Democratic Party. In Turkey's elections in 2015, she was elected as an MP for Van. Advocating for Kurdish rights and solidarity among Turkish and Kurdish peoples is what made her stand out. Later, on November 4th, 2016, she, alongside Selahattin Demirtas and others, were arrested in the Kobane case. Whilst in prison, she wrote a poetry book called Walls to be Destroyed, which was later confiscated and banned in Turkey. Figen is known for her commitment to women's rights, workers' rights, and unity amongst the peoples of the Middle East. She remains a resilient advocate for self-determination and people's rights. We were lucky enough to speak to the Figen Solidarity campaign and got a message from a representative saying the following.
Die Solidaritätsinitiative für Figen Yüksekdağ ist eine Antwort auf die repressiven Maßnahmen des türkischen Staates, die sich besonders im Kobane-Schauprozess manifestiert hat. Am 4. November 2016 wurden die Co-Vorsitzenden der HDP sowie führende weitere Parteimitglieder verhaftet. Das politisch motivierte Kobane-Verfahren endete mit 30 Jahren Haftstrafe für Figen Yüksekdağ, 43 Jahre für Selahattin Demirtas und bis zu 22 Jahre Haft für andere HDP-Politikerinnen. Der Kobane-Prozess, der ohne rechtliche Grundlage geführt wurde, dient dem Ziel, den gesellschaftlichen Widerstand und die Hoffnung auf Freiheiten zu ersticken. Das nehmen wir nicht hin und deshalb haben wir die Solidaritätsinitiative für Figen Yüksekdağ ins Leben gerufen. Unser Ziel ist es, die Freiheit aller Gefangenen, die im Zusammenhang mit Kobane-Prozess inhaftiert wurden, zu erkämpfen und internationale Solidarität aufzubauen. Weltweit haben bisher über 100 Politikerinnen, Intellektuelle, Journalistinnen, Akademikerinnen sowie politische Organisationen den Aufruf Freiheit für Figen Yüksekdağ und andere HDPlerinnen unterschrieben und gefordert. Freiheit für Figen Yüksekdağ und alle im Kobane-Prozess verhafteten Gefangenen.
Now onto the Kobane case. Following the 6th to 8th October 2014 protests in solidarity with Kobane resistance. The Kobane case involves the prosecution of 108 people, including the HTP co-chairs, the Central Executive Board members, and other officials, for their alleged roles in the 2014 protests against ISIS attacks on Kobane. The final hearing of the case is scheduled for May 16, 2025. Of the HTP co-chairs, Selahattin Demirtas got 42 years in prison. Figen Yüksekdağ was sentenced to 30 years and 3 months, which includes the following charges. 18 years for aiding in actions that undermine state unity and territorial integrity, 4 years and 6 months for inciting the public to commit crimes, 4 years and 6 months for propaganda on behalf of 3 different terrorist organizations, 2 years for violating the law on meetings and demonstrations, and 3 months for violating election laws. Despite these heavy numbers and developments, Figen, through her poetry, her statements, and her speeches in court, has seemingly held on to hope and stands firmly in her beliefs. The social media platforms and website for the Figen Solidarity campaign will be linked within this video. Thank you so much for watching. For now, we are preparing these types of videos around once a month, and if you'd like to see more of our content,